Who is Pedro's mother? The mystery. Who is Pedro's mother? Take it away.
¿Quién es la madre de Pedro? A telenovela mystery by Psy. Isabel was a fair young lass who found herself alone one day in a strange new city. She'd never visited this city before, and she wasn't entirely sure how she had gotten there, but she was met on the street by a young boy named Pedro.
I'm lost. I woke up and I was here. And you seem to know where you are at. Can you help me?
Probably. My name's Pedro.
Oh my, you have such a sexy accent.
Yeah, I do. Hey, yeah, this is a strange city, but it's a city that I know well. That's where you are right now. Yeah.
It's called Well City?
Sure. Well City.
Pedro and Isabel wandered through the streets of Well City and got to know each other a little bit better. And Isabel was wondering, every time she asked Pedro a question, he wouldn't answer with any sort of personal information. He simply kept telling her about the sights to see and the tourist attractions of the city. He wouldn't reveal anything about himself.
Did you go to school?
Does it seem like I went to school?
What's your favorite color?
It's the color. Yeah.
Isabel was undeterred. She was absolutely sure she could figure out exactly what made Pedro tick. And then finally she realized the question she needed to ask. She wanted to know more about his family.
Do you live with your mother?
Pedro's shock was apparent.
I have no mother that I know of.
Suddenly, from a side alley, a woman came screaming, running towards Pedro, yelling all kinds of things at him.
¡Es tu madre! ¡Es su madre! ¡Oh, perro! ¡Oh, gato! ¡Oh!
I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish.
She said something about a dog, I believe. I never learned the language. Or
¡Zapatos!
Isn't that a shoe company?
shoes. Yes. I got boots there once. They were nice.
Yeah.
Pleasant.
Yeah,
And
but
Pedro
babies.
realized he suddenly had a memory from his childhood of growing up near shoes. There were shoes everywhere, and he realized every time he was naughty, a chancla would come out of left field and smack him in the side of the head.
Whoa! I got my memory back. I know where I am. I think that thing that just hit me belonged to my mom.
You have a mother.
I do. I didn't just appear on the earth at 7 years of age. Cool. Whoa.
Isabel and Pedro realized that the key to their friendship would be finding this woman, finding Pedro's mother, and the shoes that she wielded with such laser-like precision when needing to discipline a child. And they ran through the streets of Well City, and they found a shoe factory that only made Uggs. That wasn't right. They found a sneaker factory that only made Air Jordans. No, that couldn't be it. Until finally, they discovered the humblest of shoe factories, the one that made the flip-flops with the plastic flowers called Chanclas R Us. Inside, they ventured very carefully.
You know what? I think that's the factory that made the shoes that gave me the PTSD.
That would make sense. There was an entire row of sandals leading us here. We should have followed that first.
There's a sandal here.
And then from the back, a woman came who looked strikingly like the woman who screamed out of the alley earlier, holding the matching sandal to the one Pedro held.
El baño es muy mal. Muy mal.
She was screaming about the bathroom and couldn't get anyone to clean it. But then she realized Pedro was holding the sandal that she was holding, left and right, mother and son.
Esta mama.
A la derecha, a la izquierda. La madre, el hijo.
You have my soul. Literally, that is my soul. Give me back my shoe.
So Pedro returned the shoe, and Isabel and Pedro escaped back into the street before he could get hit again.
Un momento. El baño es muy mal.
Recognizing that if they stayed any longer, they would be forced to clean the bathroom, Isabel and Pedro escaped from the city into the wilderness and started a life anew.
I'm so glad there's no bathrooms out here to clean because a little bit of hard work terrifies me, Isabel.
I will gladly pop a squat anywhere randomly if I don't have to clean up after myself.
And once the site starts to smell, we'll move on to a new site. It's okay. We'll live off of the land and off of our love and away from my mother forever.
I've never been so happy to hear somebody say they didn't want to be around their mother before.
And as they moved on to their second campsite, they didn't notice left behind was a single right chancla following them. The end.
See? Oh, my.